Welcome students. Today's topic is data cleaning and data transformation. Quality of the data is critical in analysis because any data tend to be incomplete, noisy and inconsistent will affect your result. So, data cleaning in data mining is the process of detecting and removing corrupt or incorrect records from the record items, table or database. There are many data cleaning methods. First one, it can ignore the tuple if it is done when class label is missing. This technique is not very effective except the tuple contains many attributes with missing values. This method can fill the missing value manually and this approach is effective on little data set with some missing values. It can replace every missing attribute values with a global constant such as a label like unknown or minus infinity. It can use the attribute type to fill in the missing value. As an example, customer average income is 30,000, then it can use this value to replace the missing value for income. Fill the most probable value in the missing value. Data cleansing is the process of spotting and rectifying which is not accurate or corrupt information from a database. This process is purposely used in databases where incorrect, incomplete, inaccurate or irrelevant part of the information are identified and then modified, replaced or deleted. Business enterprise and data, whether it is integrity of customer address or ensuring exact invoices or email are posted to the receiver. To make sure that the customer data is used in the most productive and effective manner that can improve the intrinsic value of the brand, business enterprise can give importance to data quality. Managing and ensuring that the information is pure can provide significant business value. Business enterprises can avoid a lot of hassles such as large cost involved in processing errors, manual troubleshooting, wrong invoice data and shipments to wrong address by cleansing their data. The data of the user is forever changing due to reallocate or other factors which have to be changed and the modified information must reflect in the database. Business enterprises can achieve a huge range of benefits by purifying the data which can lead to lowering operational cost and maximizing profits. Advantages of data cleansing. It improves the efficiency of customer acquisition activities. Business enterprises may significantly boost their user acquisition efforts by cleansing their data and exact data can be created. Having the marketing process, business enterprises would ensure that the data is clean, up to date and accurate by regularly following data quality routines. Clean data can also ensure the largest returns on email or postal campaigns as chances of encountering outdated addresses are very low in range. Multi-channel user data can also be managed seamlessly that can provide the enterprise with an opportunity to carry out successful marketing campaigns in the upcoming as they would be aware of the methods to effectively reach out to their target audience. Second one, improves decision making process. The effective decision making in a business enterprise is user data. It can be various enterprises fail to give importance to data quality management. By the way, many of them do not even have a record when the quality control was performed on their users data. Accurate data and quality data are essential to decision making. Clean data can support better analytics as well as business intelligence may facilitate better decision making and evaluation. At the end, accurate data can help business enterprises make great decisions which will contribute to the success of the business. Third one, streamlines business practices. Eliminating duplicate data from the database can help the business enterprises to streamline business practices and save a lot of amount. Data cleansing may also help in determining certain job descriptions within the enterprise may be changed or if those positions can be integrated somewhere. If reliable and accurate sales data is available, the performance of a product or a service in the market can be accessed easily. Fourth one, increases productivity. Having a clean and properly maintained database will facilitate business enterprises to make sure that the employees are making the simplest use of their work hours. It can even prevent the staff of the enterprise from contacting customers with out of date data, thereby increasing the staff's efficiency and productivity. This can be the reason behind clean knowledge reducing the chance of fraud, because the staff has access to correct vendor or client data once payments or refunds are initiated. Fifth one, increases revenue. Business enterprises, on raising the consistency and increasing the accuracy of their data, will drastically improve their response rates, which ends in increased revenue. Clean data will facilitate business enterprises to considerably reduce the amount of returned mails. If at any time sensitive data or promotions that the enterprise decide to convey to their customers directly, correct data help in reaching the customers conveniently and quickly. Benefits of data cleaning. The several key benefits of data cleaning process are as follows. First, it removes higher errors and inconsistent that are inevitable when different sources of data are pushing into one data set. Second, the tools to clean up the data will build everyone more efficient, since they will be able to quickly get what they have from the data. Third, smaller error means happier user and fewer frustrated employees. Fourth, the ability to map the various functions and what the data is intended to do and where it is coming from the data. Steps to clean the data. To achieve the goals and meet expectations on how the fleet data can support, it must initially determine how to clean up the data successfully. The guideline to follow is to focus on the top metrics. A good level to start is to get all the interested parties involved and begin throw ideas around. First one, monitor errors. Keep a record and appearance at trends of whenever most errors are coming from, as this may build it a lot easier to identify and fix the wrong or corrupt data. This is particularly necessary if you are integrating different solutions with your fleet management software, in order that errors do not obstruct the work of other departments. Second, standardize your process. By standardizing the data process, you will ensure a good point of entry and reduce the risk of duplication. Third, validate accuracy. It validates the accuracy of the data once it has cleaned in the existing database. Research and invest in data tools that permit to clean the data in real time. Some tools now use artificial intelligence or machine learning to better test for accuracy. Fourth one, scrub for duplicate data. It identifies the duplicates, since this will help the user to save time when analyzing data. This can be avoided by researching and investing in various data cleaning tools. Fifth one, analyze. After the data has been standardized, validated and scrambled for duplicates, use third party sources to append it. Reliable third party sources may capture the data directly from first party sites, then clean and compile the data to provide more complete data for business intelligence and analytics. Sixth one, communicate with the team. Communicate with the new standardized cleaning process to the team. The data can be scrubbed, its importance to keep it clean. This will help to develop and strengthen the user segmentation and send more targeted data to user and prospectors. What kind of issues affect the quality of data? First one, invalid values. Some data sets have common values. Example, gender must have F for female and M for male. Here it is easy to detect wrong values. Second one, formats. The most familiar issue that it's possible to get values in various formats, like a name written as name, surname or surname, name. Third one, attribute dependencies. Here the value of a feature completely depends on the value of another feature. For example, if there is some school data, the number of students is related to whether the human being is a teacher. If they are not a teacher, then he or she cannot have any students. Uniqueness. It is possible to find duplicated data in features that only allow single values. For instance, an ID field cannot have two products with the same identifier. Missing values. The features in the dataset can have blank or null values. Misspellings. Values written incorrectly. The next one is misfielded values. It contains the value of another. Yes, here we can have an interesting question. How can I detect and fix these issues? There is a great deal of methods that can use to find these issues. For example, visualization. Visualizing all the values that can take as a random sample to see whether it is right. Outlier analysis. Analyze the data can be a human error. Example, a 200-year-old person in the age feature. Validation code. It creates a code that checks if the data is right. For instance, in uniqueness, checking if the distance of the data is the same as the length of the vector of a single values. We can apply many methods to fix the various issues. First one, misspelled data. Replace the incorrect fields by the most similar values. Uniqueness. Repeated fields switching off one data with the other value that is not in the future. The next one is missing data. Missing data handling is a key decision. It can change null values with the mean, median or mode of the future. Formats. It have the same number of decimals, the same format in the dates. Data transformation in data mining. In data transformation process, the data are transformed from one format to another format, which is more appropriate for data mining. Meaning of data transformation. It is the process of converting data or information from one format to another, generally from the format of a source system into the needed format of a new destination system. This process involves converting documents, but data conversions involve the conversion of a program from one computer language to another to enable the program to run on a various platform. Data transmission involves the need of a special program that is ready to browse the data original base language. Verify the language that the information has to be translated for it to be usable by the new program or system, and then proceeds to translate that data. Data transformation has two key phases. The first one is data mapping. The assignment of component from one source base or system toward the destination to capture all transformations that occur. This can create more difficult once there are complex transformations like many to one or one to many rules for transformation. Second one is code generation, the creation of the actual transformation program. The resulting data mass specification is used to create an executable program to run on computer systems. Data transformation strategies. First one, smoothing. Smoothing is the process of removing noise from the data. Second one, aggregation. It is the process where summary or aggregating operations are applied to the data. Third one, generalization. By using concept hierarchies, clumping low level data are replaced with high level data. Fourth one, normalization. Normalization scaled attribute data so as to fall within a small specified range such as 0.0 to 1.0. Fifth one, attribute construction. In attribute construction, new attributes are constructed from the given set of attributes. Is it possible to transform the future to gain more information? Yes, there are so many methods that add information to the algorithm. First one is data binning or bucketing. A pre-processing technique is used to decrease the consequences of smaller observation errors. This sample is split into intervals and replaced by categorical values. For example, look at the table in your screen. Here there are different names and birthday. In birthday, the year is divided into different categorical values. For example, in the second one, 15/10/1978, the year 78 is rounded to 70s. they are dividing that year into the round off value. For example, the year 1995 is rounded to 90s. The second one, indicator variables. This technique converts categorical data into Boolean values by making indicator variables. It has more than 2 values and it have to create n-1 columns. Look at the example as a table in your screen. Here for gender, male and female are converted into Boolean values zeros and ones. For example, in the table on the right hand side is female. If the gender is female, it is of Boolean value 1. If the gender is male, it is of Boolean value 0. The third one, centering and scaling. It can center the data of one data by subtracting the mean to all values. To scale the data, it can split the centered feature by the standard deviation. As the example, we can see from the table, the salary field, it for different persons on the right hand side table, it is the mean value. For example, for the first person John, his salary is 1500, but the mean value of the salary is 1485.70. So, the difference between these two values 1500 minus 1485.70 is 14.30. Likewise, they are calculating for this centering and scaling. For scaling, they are taking the standard deviation values. The last one is the other techniques. It can group the outliers with the same value or replace the value with the number of times that it appears in the future. In the table, the different persons are from the country United Kingdom, only the last two persons are from Spain and France. So, they will be considered as outliers and they are marked as others on the right hand side of the table. In the second example, we can mark the number of values. For example, 8 persons are from United Kingdom. So, on the table on the right hand side, for John, Mary, Alice, Mark, Alex, Peter, Calvin and Roxanne, it is marked as 8 with the integer value. For the remaining, it is marked as whatever in the table on the left hand side. Data transformation types and dimensional attributes. It is the main function of an extract, transform and load, simply known as ETL tool, is to translate the data. The transformation step is the most important stage of building a structured data warehouse. The major transformation types are: first one, format revision. This field can contain numeric and text data types. It needs to standardize and change the data type to text to provide values that can be correctly perceived by the customer. The length of the fields may also be different. Second one, decoding of fields. In multiple source systems, the similar data items are described by a variety of field values. Many legacy systems are notorious for using cryptic codes to represent business values. This extract, transform, load ETL transformation type changes codes into values that makes sense to the end users. Calculated and derived values. It calculates the total cost and the profit margin before data can be stored in the data warehouse. It is an instance of the calculated value. It can also store users' age separately. It would be an example of the derived value. Splitting single fields. The first name, middle name and last name and some other values are stored as a large text in a single field in the systems. It can store individual components of names and addresses in separate fields in the data repository to improve the operating performance by indexing and analyzing individual components. Merging the information. This type of data transformation in ETL does not literally mean the merging of various fields to create a single field. In this case, merging of data stands for establishing the communication between various fields such as product price, description, package types and viewing these fields as a single entity. Summary. Data cleaning in data mining is the process of detecting and removing corrupt or inaccurate records from a record set table or database. We use some data cleaning methods to clean the data. Data quality is a main issue in quality information management. The problems are solved by data cleaning. In data transformation process, data are transformed from one format to another format that is more appropriate for data mining. We use some data transformation strategies to transform the data. Thanks.